Come on, Mickey. They don't want to hear your little feet tickling the floor. Come on. Good day. Welcome to my channel. My name is Matt. Alright, so I want to do something very quickly. In editing my videos, I am forced to subject myself to the horrible punishment of watching my own video. In the course of watching it, specifically episode 3, I realized I was the most lenient dungeon master in the history of the world. And I needed to look up a couple rules and make sure that I am doing them correctly. So one of the things I want to do really quick is just kind of go over two things that I'm going to enforce a little bit better. One of those is the binding wounds rule. That rule in play really should not be utilized until after a battle is complete. And the thinking is, or at least my thinking is, while a battle is going on, you know, you're fighting ghouls over here, zombies over here, and you're going to like stop and, you know, do some first aid. I am going to say that binding wounds can only happen at the completion of a battle. And it will also require 1 turn of rest for every 10 hit points left. But you can only recuperate the number of hit points that you lost in that battle. So if you only lose 3 hit points in a battle, at the end of that battle, you could only get 3 hit points back. Okay, and in line with that, one thing I was kind of doing that I haven't ran into yet. This is on page 37. It's a less harsh method. And while I sort of do this when I play anyway, I am going to use it specifically for this game because I have a small band of heroes that are going into the dungeons, and there is a significant amount of time invested by me, but also in all of you watching. So if we play along and we get to episode 12, which who knows if that'll happen, but we get to episode 12 and we stumble onto something and it kills all of us, I think myself, I know I would be a little disappointed, and I think you probably will be too. So while some of the party might die, I kind of want somebody to survive so that we can continue the adventure. And I've got a couple other things that I can do to kind of work that too. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this method, and this basically says at 0 hit points, you become unconscious. You can go, I added, this is my own personal house rule that I've always used. For every level that you attain, you can go to a negative hit points equal to that level. So if you're 4th level, you can go to -4 before you die. And the way I usually apply this is you've been hit, you go to 0 hit points, and every round after that you lose another hit point. So it gives your buddies some time to stabilize you. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Those are 2 rules that I will be using. And with that, let's get on with the adventure. We collected up our treasure, which was 2 gems. One was a 10 gold piece, one was an 8 gold piece, and then a shield +2, which I decided to give to Joseph because I got to thinking about it in a dungeon. Joseph probably won't use his bow very often. We gave it to Joseph because, you know, I don't know, whatever. So let's move on. So we're going to cautiously come back out. We've lit our torches. Willona's got her holy symbol ready, and we are ready to start going back into the dungeon. So we're going to come out here. I'm going to roll when we get here, and this is just your basic encounter die. And the only reason I'm doing that is it's been a while since we've been out there. We don't know what's been out there. Like I said, we rested for 2 hours. It's a substantial amount of time. All right, no encounter. That's good. So then we are going to come here, and now it is time to draw our next card. All right, what is in this one? A mysterious NPC. Well, let's roll that and see what that is. And then I think I'm going to do one other thing. 17. Dwarven fighter. Oh, he's hallucinating and he is afraid. That's kind of cool. So, again, these, unexpected stuff. So let's do this. He is afraid and hallucinating. So we come into this. Oh, whoa, shoot. There's a door. Oh. Read the card, Matt. Sometimes it kind of helps. So we come up to the door, and we're going to listen at this door. And let's see. So Joseph did not hear anything. Hal, the elf, did not hear anything. Sam did hear something. And Willona did not. All right. We're going to pretend for a moment that I rolled up that it was the hallucinating, fearful dwarf as the DM. See, I kind of make mistakes every once in a while. So, Sam is listening at the door, and he hears a dwarf. Male or female? What do you think? Blue's male, red's female. Female! Interesting. Female dwarf. And, of course, the most important question, does she have a beard? Oh, I should say what I was going to say. 1 to 3, she does. 4, 5, and 6, she does not. Ah, damn. She's not a true dwarven princess. She doesn't have a beard. All right, so Sam is listening at the door, and he's like, shh, listen. And on the other side of the door, he hears mumbling, probably lots of comments about undead everywhere. They're crawling on his skin, all kinds of weird things of what you might be hallucinating, like thinking that he's on a cloud, not inside of a dungeon, things like that. So Sam tells the rest of the group, and I think what we'll do right here is, if you remember, when I first rolled up this band, I also did some virtues on them. And this is just kind of something that I do occasionally because I want to include a little role-playing and characterization. So, all right, so Joe is humble but whiny. Hal is disciplined but vengeful. If you remember, she went crazy when they were fighting the trolls because her friends were killed. Sam is brave and selfish. And Willona is benevolent and zealous. I think this. I'm gonna roll my oracle here, just because I like to roll my oracle, and I'm going to say, is each one going to? This is okay. So what we'll do? I'm making this up as I go, so bear with me here. The higher this die is, this is the positive die, the more helpful the party member wants to be. And that could mean a lot of things. The higher this die is, we'll call it the anger die, the negative die, the higher it is, the less likely that particular party member wants to help this dwarf. And then this I'm going to use to kind of sway it how I think that particular character would lean. Okay? All right, so let's start with Joseph. Joseph is humble and whiny. I feel like he is probably more inclined to ignore the dwarf and move on. Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's pretty high. So we got a 5 and a 4 against the 2. So Joe couldn't give a rat's ass about this dwarf. Every man or woman for himself is what he thinks. Hal is disciplined and vengeful. I think she would kind of lean the same way. Let's see here. And yeah, she feels kind of the same thing. She really doesn't wish him harm, but doesn't really care either way. Now, Sam is brave. I think Sam is probably going to lean a little bit more towards... Now, his vice is selfish, so it might be more along the lines of helping this dwarf so that he could rob him or something to that effect. 5. Whoa, yeah. So maybe, okay, so the way I'm going to interpret this is that is a very, oh wait, no, this is over here, sorry. This is a very big variance here. And I think Sam is going to want to help this dwarf. Okay? And then we've got Willowna. Now, Willowna definitely is, she's benevolent. You know what? I'm not even going to roll for that. I know that the Willowna that I know, which I don't, would want to help this dwarf. So we've basically got the party kind of split. Immediately inside, they see a dwarf. I'm going to have a little fun, I guess. All right, so this is normal. This is whack. And you know what? I'm gonna put that there. So this is going to kind of judge the dwarf's mental state. Remember, she's scared and she's hallucinating, but how whack is she? And she is pretty whack. Do I think she would attack them? Hallucinating and fearful. I'm gonna go with the same. Does she attack them? No. Whew. So 5-4. She does not attack them, and instead cowers in this corner, blubbering and kind of crying and I don't know, afraid of what just burst into the room with her. So the band's going to come out. Joseph and Hal, remember they didn't really care about the dwarf. They're going to immediately start inspecting this little, I need a pointer, eh? This little, it's like a bridge going across a bottomless pit. They're going to check that out while Sam and Willowna will see if they can calm this dwarf down. And the way I'm going to do that, I am going to...
That's not what I want. I don't want the morale. I want the reaction table. Where's the reaction table? Oh, there it is. I did. Encounters.
All right. So we're just going to roll this straight up. Now, Sam is going to approach first. He's small like her, stature-wise. Going to approach her cautiously while, talking softly. Maybe he'll take out his flask and offer her a drink, that kind of thing. And Willowna, being the not so imposing, I guess, she'll take her helmet off. She'll walk up and talk, soothingly to the dwarf. Now I'm gonna do I'm going to do one thing real quick. I am going to roll saves for both of them, and that is going to be a mechanical way to show if they are successful in coming across as benevolent. And if they don't make the save, there's no negative, but this is seeing if they can get a modifier to this roll by really playing up that they're friendly and they want to help her and that kind of thing. So let's see. Sam needs a 14. Oh, critical. All right, so he definitely gets a +1. You know what? I'm going to be a benevolent DM, and I'm going to say he criticaled. He gets a +2 to this roll. And she has a 15. Honestly, if I was running a game for other people, I wouldn't even roll. But I'm going to roll just because I'm playing solo and I want to see what happens. So we're going to get a +3 to this roll. 9, 12. Oh, well, okay. So she immediately takes to them. They walk up, offer her a flask of water, and she blinks a couple times as if her vision clears or whatever horrors she was seeing under her, maybe she was possessed, who knows, but under her crazed state suddenly are whisked away, and she sees The very friendly halfling salmon and Willona, the friendly cleric, come up, and she actually runs to them and hugs them and thanks them for saving her. Slight break here to figure out our dwarf. Grab a few things I've got here. This is the freebooters, and it's got a cool table for unique names. So let's see, dwarven female, here we go. 8, well, that's low. Dagna, oh God, that's terrible. Well, Dagna, welcome to the group. Fighter, yep, fighter. So she is a fighter. She gets her +1 in. And for those of you that haven't seen this, because White Box literally only gives a maximum of +1 per ability, instead of rolling up all abilities, I just roll one. One of her abilities is exceptional. So I just roll a d6 and then consult a character sheet, and that would be intelligence. Okay. Intelligent dwarven fighter. Richard LeBlanc's D30 companion to come up with quick weapons and the like. I don't have my die 30, but that's okay because we don't necessarily need to use it. So let's see what weapon she is carrying. A 4. She carries a mace. Box is a D6. And armor type. Oh, geez, we're just going to use a D6 here because I can't find the damn. So that would be chain armor. And what level is she? Oh. Woohoo! We got us a 2nd level. Where's that at on here? Learn your own character sheet, Matt. Ooh, other weapons. I'm going to give her a crossbow because that's kind of cool. Oh, it's a D6 +1. Yeah, baby. So she will get 2 dice. So she has 8 hit points. I'm liking Dagna already. I really hate that name. Her save is 13. And big good one here, +1 to hit. She's also got torches. No, you know what? That's why she was here and hallucinating. She didn't have torches. You know what we need to do is, you know what? I really hate that name. Yep, I'm gonna re-roll that name because I really hate that name. Sorry, Dagna. 25. What else do we got here? 4. No, Dagna it is. Okay. All right. What we need to figure out is, was she a party member of Daisy's? And I think to do that, you know what? I'm going to use my Oracle. And I think there's a good chance that she was in here with Daisy. So, yep. All right. So she was. Does she remember what happened to Daisy? As they calm her down, they start asking her these questions. Does she know what happened to Daisy? You know what? I'm going to do a straight 50-50 on this. No. So her story goes, they were going through the dungeon when they were beset upon by multiple undead creatures foaming at the mouth, clawing and raking across skin, and multiple party members fell, and she got separated, and she doesn't know when that was, how long ago that was, but that's how she ended up here, freaking out. All right, so Dagna, what a horrible freaking name. I think she's 90. We don't use that anyway. So welcome to the party, Dagna. Does she want to continue with us, or does she want to go straight to the door? I think I'm gonna roll that. Oh yeah. Not by much, but she definitely wants to continue with us. All right, so Joseph and Hal were checking out this pit. Let's see if there's anything strange about this pit. I, as a player, I have no idea. As a GM, I have no idea. I'm going to go with a straight 50-50. Is there anything strange about this pit? No. So it's a straight pit. Well, let's do one more thing. The bridge across. Does it look stable? And you know what? I'm going to roll this way because we know we have not encountered Daisy or her fellow bandmates. So either they went down this pit or they were able to cross this and it's still standing. So I'm going to roll with this being a positive and this being a negative. Again, is the bridge stable? Oh yeah, bridge is stable. No fear in going across it. All right, so we're going to listen at this door. Joseph, Hal, Sam, Willona, and now Dagna. And we managed to not hear a damn thing. We open the door, and we are confronted with a long hallway. All right. It appears as if there is a chance for there being something in this hallway. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to roll to see if there is anything lurking about this hall. This is a standard 1d6, or I'm sorry, a 1 in 6 chance. Nope. All right. Nothing in there. Let's see. What's the smell? 3. Rotten fruit. That's weird. All right, so we open this door and we're immediately hit with a wafting scent of rotten fruit. There's clearly some damage here. We're going to come down this tunnel and we're going to inspect that, and that is where we will find... Oh, it looks like possibly... Yeah, sure. Dagna finds a coiled rope that she dropped, and I'm going to say it is a 30-foot, because I always think 50-foot in an actual rope is a lot. But anyway, deep thoughts with Matt. All right, now we're going to continue down here, and when we get to this corner, actually, we will stop and see if we spot anything to the south. Do we hear or see anything to the south? Yes. Hear, see. We hear and see something to the south. I use my oracle a lot. Let's see. What would be a good question? Do we hear the noise from a human? Not the moaning of the undead, but like either talking or screaming or yelling of a human or halfling, dwarf, etc. Possibly a party member of Daisy's. And again, yes and no. And I'm going to ignore that. For those of you that are new, when I get an ambiguous answer that doesn't immediately feed into, some sort of improvisational creativity, I just simply ignore it and roll again. All right, so yes, we hear something down the hall. We hear the noise of battle, and we hear a voice screaming or yelling like, yeah, like there's a battle going on in front of us down here. So let's draw another card. Ooh, interesting. All right. So, what is there? All right. We know that there is... All right, we're just going to roll this. 9. Another damn ghoul. Is there more than one ghoul? God help us all. No. All right, so there is a ghoul down here facing off. Is there more than one of Daisy's party here? Yes. One party member is still up and fighting this ghoul. Another one is down. Okay. That's a note for me. All right, so who is there fighting with the party? All right, I am going to cross off one of these fighters. I should have just looked at, I should have back up a little bit. I should have just rolled on this table because we already knew who was in the band with Daisy when we came across her. But anyway, it doesn't matter. All right, so I've got Daisy, Emmett, Leon, and Connor. Who is up and fighting? That's 4. So we will roll D4. Who is up and still alive and fighting that ghoul? Connor. That yellow is Connor. All right. And who is on the ground? That means Connor is out. That means we only need a D6, if I can find one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh, no! Daisy is on the ground here. At least we found her, right? Daisy is on the ground here. And as the band realizes what's going on there, maybe they look down the hall, they heard the noise, they look down the hall, there's a torch laying on the ground, there's a body laying there, and there is, what was he? Sorry. Connor, the half-elf. Okay, so Connor and why did I do that? That's weird. Okay. Anyway, and Daisy is down. Connor, let's see how many hit points Connor has here. 4. We're going to give him we'll give him leather armor. He's got a 12 and he's got a sword. Daisy is down, and then we've got one of those assholes. So let's go with Ghoul. He only has 5. Maybe he's been wounded. All right. Something I just thought of that could be kind of interesting. All right, so this ghoul, what happens? Remember when we were talking, if you get killed by a ghoul, you come back. So is this ghoul one of their former party members? 2 party members that are not accounted for. Emmett and Leon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a d6. 1 and 2 is Emmett. 3 and 4 is Leon. And 5 and 6 is just somebody else that was unlucky and became a ghoul. Oh my gosh. All right, so correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Leon the dude in Blade Runner? The big kind of dumb, lunky guy? Anyway, so Leon is attacking Connor. Leon the ghoul is attacking Connor. And Daisy is laying there. All right, moment of truth here. Was Daisy killed by the ghoul? I hate to do it, but I think that it's likely, right? So, I think it's likely that she was killed by a ghoul. We're going to have a real role-playing session here in a minute if she turns into a ghoul and comes back. But if you think about it, this would be a fantastic encounter for a game at a table. So, well, that's kind of inconclusive. You know what? We're going to stick with that. We're going to stick with that. All right. So now on to the battle. So this is going on, and we're going to see a fight right here. We're too far away to get into this fight, but does Sam recognize that that's Daisy on the ground? No, not yet. All right. So I'm going to say that they're like, whoa, what's going on? And then Dagna is going to recognize Connor and probably Leon too, because he just became a ghoul. And Dagna is going to start running towards this while yelling, Connor! And we are going to have one round of combat before Dagna can get in there. And then we'll do one round of that and then one round with the whole party. So Connor is blue. Leon is red. Woo! Connor wins. Connor is... what was he? He's a fighter. Yeah, he's a fighter. So he is going to attack. Let's see. He needs a 13. And he misses. Leon the ghoul is going to try to rake his hands across Connor's face. Well, shit, ladies and gentlemen. We now have 2 ghouls. Leon jumps forward and, like a lion, just latches right onto Connor's throat and viciously rips his windpipe right out of his neck, and Connor falls dead. Leon turns around, still with, the windpipe in his mouth, and looks at Dagna dead in the eyes, and then just kind of spits it out to the side, and then howls at her. Sorry, Connor, it was nice knowing you, buddy. And Dagna, here we go. Well, we don't need this one anymore. That was short-lived. All right, so next round, those 2 will fight. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. We can take that one off the board, and we can put that one on the board. Good times. All right, so now initiative, we are going to see Dagna is blue and Leon is red. Now at this point, the rest of the band will be like, holy crap, we've got to do something, and they start running forward. All right, but we're going to do one round of combat here because Dagna just saw her, probably the last one of her friends alive, just get his windpipe ripped out. All right, Dagna wins initiative that round. Dagna gets a +1. Yes, Dagna. Dagna will attempt to smash Leon's head. Oh, and she gets it. She gets +1, so that's an 18. She does D6. Yep. And she does a mighty 1 point of damage. Leon, not too happy with that. Maybe he was interested in Dagna for a while, little elf or half elf on dwarf action, right? We're down with Baldur's Gate 3, right? Anyway, and she rejected him. So Leon is not very happy. He is going to try to bite her head. Oh, wow, sweet. So he actually lurches at her, stumbles past, and ends up between the party and Dagna, and he will lose his action the next round, which is great because now the rest of the party will come up. Dagna will attack him as well. All right, so no need for initiative. We will just start laying waste to Mr. Leon. Joseph misses. Hal. I'm just doing that to remind myself because I have so many of characters now. Sam hits. Sam does 1 point of damage. Leon is one bad mofo. Willona. And Willona 15 hits. And she strikes with her staff. Her mace. And she takes Leon down. Fairly simply, actually. Alright, so there's one. I'm going to make a note of that. Damn, I kind of like Leon. All right. So the party is standing there, probably bent over because of the rush of adrenaline. They're probably like, whew, that was close. Turn that back. That was a close one. And then that's when Sam and Dagna, which I'm going to get rid of Dagna here, realize that is Daisy. All right, so if you remember, my roll to see if Daisy was now a ghoul was inconclusive. And the reason I wanted to do that was because I wanted some dramatic effect here. So Sam runs up, probably does the old Hollywood slide on his knees right next to her. And he's like, oh my God, Daisy, are you all right? I think for player satisfaction, it would be great if they recover Daisy alive and not a ghoul. But at the same time, I think it's logical that she is. Now, if I was playing at the table with my friends, I probably would not have her be a ghoul. But we'll see what happens. So, blue, she's a ghoul. Red, she's not. Blue, she's a ghoul. All right, so Sam runs up and, maybe cradles her head and then slaps her head a couple times. And that's when her eyes pop open and they're bloodshot red. And she blinks at him a few minutes, almost like she recognizes him, but then she doesn't. And then her mouth opens and she lets out a horrible scream. And Sam drops her head and steps back. And he just is saying, no, 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 no. And that's when Willowna steps up, puts her arm on Sam's shoulder and says, she can still be saved. And right then is when the other one down here, Connor, stands up. All right, I hope you enjoyed today's game. I'll get this edited and get it up as quick as I can. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.